Hello everybody, it's Anubhuti Mishra, and today we are going to read about a new chapter, that is the Vedic period of history. Chapter number 5 of history, the Vedic period. So let's start. It is commonly held in many historians that the Aryans were originally a tribal people from Central Asia. From many historians, they have said that the Aryans belongs to the Central Asia. They were the herders. They are migrating from one place to another in search of good agricultural field and in search of water. And they are migrating from Central Asia to the all over area. So by this way they have arrived to our country, and since they were pastoral people, it has been assumed that search of fertile pasture to raise their cattle might have been one of the major reasons behind their large scale of migration. Pasture means for grassland, for a fertile area. They were moving from one place to another for the settlement, and to raise their cattle might have been one of the major reasons behind their large scale of migration. Next, the arrival of Aryans in India coincided with the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. When the Indus Valley civilization is declined, then they have arrived to India. According to the historians, they had said so. The Aryans spoke Sanskrit. The language which was spoken by the Aryans was Sanskrit. Sanskrit was the main language which was spoken by them, and we can say that it's an Indo-European. They belong to the Indo-European family. Okay, so the mix-up of language was there. Sanskrit language was originated from that side. According to historians, some these peoples moved to Syria, some into the Mesopotamia, some at the Middle East, while others entered the Indian subcontinent sometimes between 2000 BCE to 1500 BCE. Next, there is no any clear evidence that suggests their exact date, that at which age, at which particular date they have arrived in our country, in our continent, in our subcontinent India. So it is believed according to the historians that they had reached northwest India by 1500 BCE. By 1500 BCE they have reached the northwest India, according to the historians. Next, a number of Aryans tribes migrated into Indian subcontinent through the famous Khyber Pass, present-day Iran. They rapidly spread to the area known as Sapt Sindhu. They rapidly spread into the area of Sapt Sindhu, the land of 7 rivers. Sapt Sindhu means the land of 7 rivers. Sapt Sindhu. Which means the land of 7 rivers. Okay, the land of 7 rivers. So, which include the eastern part of the present day Afghanistan, Punjab, and fringes of western Uttar Pradesh. Fringes of western Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and Afghanistan is included into that area. The Aryan soon mingled with the local people and adopted the agrarian way of life after settling down. The Aryans soon have adopted the local people, soon have mingled with the local people and practiced the agrarian way of life, and they settled down as a small organized community of northern western part of India. The period between 1500 BCE to 600 BCE is referred as the Vedic age. The period between 1500 BCE to 600 BCE, it is included into the Vedic age. From 1500 BCE to 600 BCE, it is included into the Vedic age. Next, it is divided into two parts, that is early Vedic age. The Vedic age is divided into two parts. Vedic age is divided into two parts, that is early Vedic age, and second one is later Vedic age. Vedic age is divided into two parts, that is early Vedic age and later Vedic age. Next one is early Vedic age is from 1500 CE BCE 1500 BCE to 1000 BCE. These years, these centuries are included into this early Vedic age, and into the later Vedic age, it is included in 1000 BCE, 1000 BCE to 600 BCE. This was the age of the Vedic period. Next one, major source of information about the Aryans. What was the major source by which we get to know about the Aryans? The Vedas are the most important source of information about the Aryans of the early and later Vedic period. Vedas, which was composed by the Aryans at that time, these were the basic source, important source of information about the Aryans of the early period and the later Vedic period. Next, in Sanskrit, the word Ved means knowledge. The word Ved means knowledge. So, the Rig Ved, Samaved, Yajurved and the Atharvaved are the four famous Vedas which was composed into these Vedic period. Next, therefore it is known as Vedic age. We learn about the life and times of the Vedic period from the Rig Ved, which is the first Ved and which was composed by the Aryans, which is the Vedic period from the Rig Ved and the other three Vedas. We learn about the life time of the Vedic period from the Rig Ved and the other three Vedas, that how to spend the life, how to respect the nature, how to do the worship. These are the things which are included into the Vedic period. Next, the Brahmanas, the Aryankas, the Upanishad, the Puranas and the two epic, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, was also composed in this period. Next, what is Rig Ved? Rig Ved is the oldest text of the Sanskrit in any other language in Indo-European family of language. It is the oldest text. Rig Ved is the oldest text which is written into the Sanskrit language and was composed between 1500 BCE to 1000 BCE. Next one, the Rig Ved is a collection of hymns called Suktas, which contain the oldest form of all the Sanskrit mantras. In the Rig Ved, you can say that oldest forms of the Sanskrit mantras are included into that. Next, the text is dedicated to the three main deities of the early Vedic period. This text is dedicated to the three main three deities of the early Vedic period. That was Agni, the fire god, Varun, the sky god, and Indra, the god of rain, storm, and war. Which deity is included into the Rig Veda? That is the worship of the deity. That is Agni, the fire god. Next, Agni, Varun, the sky. The sky god, and the next one is Indra, the god of rain. Indra, the god of rain and storm. These were the three deities which were worshipped into the early Vedic period. Okay, and the Rig Veda is dedicated to these three deities. Next, the three other Vedas. What are the three other Vedas? The Samved. What is Samved? Samved is a collection of Rig Vedic hymns that was set in tune and sung on religious occasion. On the religious occasion, these type of hymns have been sung and into a tune to give the respect to these deities. Next, the Yajurveda contain verses in the form of sacrifice formula. It has two versions: the Krishna Yajurveda and the Shukla Yajurveda. Yajurveda have the two versions. Yajurveda, Rig Veda, the oldest one, the oldest literature in Sanskrit. Samved is the collection of Rig Vedic hymns. Collection of Rig Vedic hymns. Next, Yajurveda. What is Yajurveda? It is into the two form, that is Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. What does it include? It includes verses from the sacrifice formula. Verses from the sacrifice formula is included into the Yajurveda, and it is divided into two forms, that is Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. Next one is the Atharva Veda. It is the fourth Veda, and what it is for? It is for the magic and spells. It is a book of magic and spells. It contains cure of disease and ways to ward off danger. To ward away the danger, it has the magic words. It has the spells included into that. Next, it is different from the other three Vedas. The last Veda, the Atharva Veda, is different from that of the three Vedas which is written here. Next, some more Vedic text. What was the most Vedic text at that time? The Brahmanas and are commentaries of the Vedic hymns. Vedic hymns is included into the Brahmanas, into the short form. Next, the Aryankas, the forest book, carry instructions on an ascetic life of the forest. The Aryankas have the instruction related to the forest life. Next, Upanishad are philosophical texts on different ideas and understanding the world and the cycle of the birth and death. The cycle of the birth and death is included into the Upanishad. The Puranas and religious texts that narrate the history of the world from creation to its destruction. In the Puranas, you can say that there is a description of the world, history of the world, that is from the creation to the destruction, that how the world is created and when it gets destructed, it is included into that. The two epics, that is Mahabharata and the Ramayana, is the part of the Purans. Next, early Vedic period. Let me know about the early Vedic period. What is early Vedic period? The early Vedic period is also called the Rig Vedic age because the Rig Veda was composed into this time. Next, it was the most reliable source of information on the early Vedic age. On the early Vedic period, it is the most important part of the information that is included into that, which is, what is this? That is Rig Veda. Next, in this period, people were basically semi-nomadic, means they don't settle down there. Some people are settled down, but some people are nomadic, they move from one place to another. Therefore, we can say that they were semi-nomadic. They moved from one place to the another in search of fertile agrarian ground, and they reared farm animals for milk, meat, hide, etc. As the size of the families steadily grew, they finally settled down at one place as farmers. They finally choose to settle down at one place as a farmer. Geographical extent. What is the geographical extent into that time? The Rig Vedic hymns inform us about the major Aryan settlement in India during the early Vedic period. These include the land along the western tributaries of the Indus, the Gomti, present time Gomal, Kurumu, modern Kurram, and Kubha, modern Kabul, is included into the Rig Veda. Next one, when the Rig Vedic hymns were composed, the region between the Yamuna and Satluj, at that time it was known as Satadru, okay, river was the focus of the Aryan culture. Indus River, Satluj River, the regions where the rivers are mostly found are included were the main area of the settlement of the Aryans. Next, the region along the upper course of the river Saraswati was another mentioned in the Rig Veda. Into the Rig Veda, we can say that the upper course of the Saraswati river, which is not present at this time, but that time there was a river which is known as Saraswati, and it was another important reason for the settlement of the Aryans. It is included, it is already mentioned into the Rig Veda. The hymns refer to the land of 7 rivers, that is Sapta Sindhu. These rivers probably represent the Indus and its tributaries. The Sapta Sindhu probably refer to the Indus and its tributaries because the Aryans were settled down first time into that area, into that Sapta Sindhu area, that 7 rivers area. Okay. Next, family and kinship. What was the family and kinship into the early Vedic age? In the early Vedic period, family was referred as Griha. family was known as Griha. Next, it probably existed as a large joint unit. As a large joint unit means joint family was at that time, and the institution of marriage was well established. Marriage institution was well established at that time. Father was the head of the family, and the birth of the son was welcome at that time. However, women were respected and they also received education. Women were respected at that time and they also received education. Some women scholars such as Gargi, Maitreya, Lopamudra and Ghosha were some of the well-known scholars, women scholars from this period. Okay. So this was the family and kinship into the Rig Vedic time, into the early Vedic period. In the next, we will study about the social life and administration and occupation of early Vedic age. Goodbye everybody. Take care.